One of the biggest mistakes that you can make in a butterfly or breaststroke turn is not pushing off the wall in streamline. Now in this video, I'm gonna break down 7 of the biggest mistakes when it comes to doing an open turn. And that applies to not just breaststroke and butterfly, but also some different turns in the IM, like the breaststroke to freestyle open turn. Now, first of all, I wanna break apart what the difference is between these open turns and flip turns and why it matters in this video. I'm also gonna share a few different drills and different skills that you probably haven't seen before, so make sure you watch this video until the very end. Really excited to share those with you guys. Now let's talk about the difference between an open turn and a flip turn. Now flip turns, as the name implies, you're actually doing a somersault. Now there's a few different versions of this. Normally in the long axis strokes, that's freestyle and backstroke, you're actually going to do a somersault to get over to the wall so you can push off with your feet. And you're actually never going to touch the wall. You don't have to when you do the flip turn at the wall. Another way that you can do the flip turn is the crossover or the bucket turn in backstroke to breaststroke in the IM. In that case, you're doing a somersault, but you do actually have to touch the wall. Now in this video, we're really focusing on these open turns. Now these apply to the short axis strokes, and that's breaststroke and butterfly, the transition from breaststroke to freestyle in the IM, as well as if you swim freestyle and you're not doing a flip turn, a somersault, you're just gonna grab the wall and turn. A lot of the things that I'm gonna talk about in this video, even if you already know how to do a flip turn or an open turn, are just a good review. And also it's important to break it down to the basics so that you can apply some of the skills and drills that we're gonna talk about at the end of the video. Now let's talk about how to actually do an open turn. There's a few different steps to it. If you haven't checked out my video, how to do a flip turn, 5 steps, breaking it down, make sure you check that one out as well. But today we're going to talk about the open turn. The first step is touching with 2 hands. Now this is a big difference between doing a freestyle flip turn where you actually never touch the wall with your hands. You just go into the wall and you flip and you touch with your feet first. In this case, you have to touch the wall with 2 hands. Now when I say have to, that is for legal competition. So if you are never going to swim in a competition, sure, you don't have to touch the wall with 2 hands, but if you do or you ever think about it, it's a good habit to do it correctly, so that way you feel like you're doing it in proper form. Step number 1, touch the wall with 2 hands, and that should be easy because in breaststroke and butterfly and these short axis strokes, you have to have both parts of your body symmetrical, so it should be pretty easy to touch the wall with 2 hands. Now the second step of doing the open turn is what I call elbow your brother. This is where your arms are still extended at the wall, your fingertips touch the wall, and one of your arms is gonna be a dominant side. If you're right-handed or left-handed, you're gonna feel more comfortable turning to one of your sides. And that's the arm that you wanna drop below the water as if you're giving someone the elbow. So you're gonna give your brother the elbow, and then you're gonna call your mother with the opposite hand. Now don't forget to call the mother, that's very important. You always gotta make sure you do that before you push off the wall and streamline, because you'll never get to streamline if you don't elbow first and then call second. So you first elbow your brother, open up your chest, that's part of that, and then you're gonna bring your hand back, you're gonna bend your elbow and slide your body back into streamline, and you're gonna push off the wall and streamline. Now of course this is oversimplified. It helps to practice, to do it step by step, to slow things down, do it at the wall, and it also helps to see a visual of what it's supposed to look like. Now I wanna share with you 7 of the biggest mistakes that I see swimmers make in the open turn. The first mistake I want to share with you is not touching the wall with 2 hands. We just talked about how important it is to touch the wall with 2 hands, so if you don't do that, automatically you're disqualified, and you got to start there. The second mistake is swimming too close to the wall. So once you've touched the wall, you don't need to get your body any closer to the wall. You touch the wall and you want to actually stay as far away from the wall as possible, because your goal is to go in the opposite direction. You've already touched the wall, so now it's time to change gears and actually go in the opposite direction. Now it's really easy to pull yourself in, but that means you're swimming more than you actually have to. Instead, you want to stay close to the water instead of getting close to the wall. And the third part is related to that. It's pulling yourself too high out of the water. Remember, as soon as you touch, you just want to keep your your chin right at the surface of the water, and that's how you get your breath. If you pull yourself up, again, you're just doing extra work and extra swimming, and it's not really gonna get you anywhere. Additionally, you don't wanna grab onto the wall. Now, depending on the design of the pool that you have, you might not actually be able to grab the wall just because of the fact that there's no way for you to actually grab it because the water runs right into the gutter or the touchpad. So if you have that kind of a pool, it's actually good because you have to train how to do the turn correctly without grabbing onto the wall. Now, it might feel really helpful when you're tired, you're doing a butterfly set, and you just need to grab the wall and for dear life and get your oxygen. But really, it's just gonna compromise how efficient your turn is actually going to be. And the point of the video is to help you do a faster open turn. So don't grab on the wall. Now, the next step here is not being compact. Remember, you want to decrease the amount of drag that you have. And so when your body is changing direction, you're actually creating a lot of drag. So you want to be as compact as possible. Remember, in the steps, you want to have a two-hand touch, elbow your brother, you're going to call your mother, and through this entire journey, it is your goal to stay as compact as possible. Another way that you can decrease drag is by shaving. Yes, you heard it, shaving. And if you want the smoothest shave, you have to check out Henson Shaving. They're today's video sponsor. Now, if you've ever shaved down for a swim meet, you know that it can take forever and leave you with tons of burns and cuts all over the place. Now, most traditional razor cartridges are gonna bend or flex, and that's gonna cause irritation on your skin. That's no good. Henson razors are specifically designed to hold the blade firmly in place at the optimal shaving angle, which gives you a really smooth and perfect shave every time. These razors are made from aerospace grade aluminum, which can last a lifetime. Now, all you have to do is replace the blades, and that's gonna be 100% recyclable and only costs about 10 cents each. Now, I've had the chance to test out the AL13 for a few shaves. Now, I can definitely see and feel the difference. So whether you need a full body shave for a swim meet or you just want something new to incorporate in your shaving routine, I definitely recommend giving Henson a try. Now, their razors are great for both men and women. Now, if you want to get 100 blades for free with your purchase, head over to hensonshaving.com/MySwimPro. It's going to be linked down below. Thanks again to Henson Shaving for keeping my skin smooth and also sponsoring this video. Another mistake is not pushing in streamline. Now, we talk about these 4 steps here, and one of them is hitting the wall, pushing off the wall in streamline. So if you don't do that, you're already off track. So make sure you push off the wall in streamline. We just talked about drag, whether it's on your skin for that smooth shave or pushing off the wall in streamline. Your body needs to be compact and smooth to go through the water as fast as you can. And if you're not in streamline, it ain't gonna happen. Finally, another mistake is just training the movement too slow. You need to train your body to have that agility so that way you can move through the water quickly, but also apply that speed into the wall and out of the wall to carry your momentum through it. If you train this slow, then you're always going to do it slow, and you're gonna get lazy and used to taking a huge breath of oxygen, and you really wanna get your body and your mind used to what it feels like training at speed. Remember, the water is 800 times more dense than air, so it's so important that you are as efficient as possible and spend the least amount of time in a compact turn position and instead get to pushing off the wall and streamline, because that is the fastest part of the entire race, or even in training, that is the fastest part of your swimming, and you want to apply that to the first stroke that you take off the wall. Now, I really want to get into this fun stuff, which is the Turn Master Workout. This is all about how can I get you to swim with your turns as efficient as possible, and there are definitely some fun drills, so get ready for it. So we're going to start out with a 300 freestyle where we're going to mix in some flip turns where we go 50 freestyle, 25 backstroke. So just get yourself warmed up. Then we're going to go 450s kick streamline on your back. Now, if you're wondering where this workout comes from, I actually have it right here on my phone. This is the MySwimPro app, and you can see that the workout is 100% personalized, from the intervals to the type of equipment that we're going to use, the notes from the coach, as well as the effort levels. Everything is in there. It's available for iPhone and Android, so make sure you check it out. Now, we're going to get into the preset, which has some fun stuff in there. So we're going to go 650s IM. You might be thinking, wait a second, I thought the IM had 4 strokes, so it needs to be either 4 or 8 or 12 or whatever. In fact, you can do 650s in transition IM format. And what this means is you're gonna go a cycle of 3 different 50s, and each 50 is following the IM order, but this makes you work on turns that much more. Here you'll see what I mean. The first one, you're gonna go a 50 where you go 25 butterfly, 25 backstroke. So you're working the open turn from butterfly to backstroke. Then you're gonna go backstroke to breaststroke, and then the third 50 from breaststroke to freestyle. So you get to work all the turns, and that's why it's called transition IM, because you're working the transition turns of the individual medley. Now in this case, we're going 650, so that's gonna be 2 rounds through of these cycles. And then we're gonna do my favorite, 475s mid-pool IM. So let me show you how this works. I have a beautiful illustration right here on the screen. This is a 25-meter pool right here. Let me grab a marker that actually works. Now, go ahead and like down below if you think my illustration is fantastic. So we're gonna start in the middle of the pool. So that right there, that purple, that is you, that is the swimmer. So to do a 75 mid-pool IM, we're actually gonna do butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, and freestyle, all within a 25 pool, but it's only gonna equal a 75 distance. And here's how it works. You start in the middle, and you're actually going to swim butterfly into the wall. So this is gonna be butterfly. So you're only doing a 12.5, I'll write that down, 12.5 butterfly. Then you're gonna do an open turn, because you go butterfly to backstroke, and you're gonna swim backstroke all the way back a full 25. So that's gonna be backstroke. So now you're at 25 backstroke. Then you're gonna turn from back to breast, work the transition. You're gonna go breaststroke, a full 25. Now we're there, so that's a 25 breaststroke, and then you're gonna do another turn where you go breaststroke to freestyle. That's our final open turn, back to the middle of the pool, and that's gonna be another 12.5. So if you were to add that all up together, you're gonna get 75, but we did all the strokes. So again, these markers are not helping me out. I should have known that, but here we are. You have 12.5 butterfly, 25 backstroke, 25 breaststroke, and then 12.5 freestyle for a 75-meter IM. Isn't that awesome? So you're gonna do 4 of those, and that's that part of the set, and that's just the preset. Now we're into the main set, which is a lot more IM and stroke. We go 4 100s IM, 250s fly, 250s breast, and then a 100 freestyle. Nice and easy. Again, the intervals and the effort levels and the equipment use is all there prescribed in the MySwimPro app, because the MySwimPro coach has an algorithm that personalizes the entire workout and intervals and goal times, all for you. It's absolutely amazing. It's the greatest thing since sliced bread. But yes, really it is. So make sure you check that workout out. Then you're gonna cool down with 100 freestyle, and really think about incorporating some of these drills into your normal training. Whether you do the workout in the MySwimPro app or not, or you're a coach or whatever you are watching this video, thank you for watching. But make sure you incorporate these drills and remember the 4 basic steps of how you do the open turn. 2-hand touch, elbow your brother, call your mother, streamline. And if you enjoyed this video, I know you're gonna love my video, how to do an open turn. We talk about the mistakes here in this video, but if you want a full breakdown of how you do the open turn, make sure you check out that video, and I'll see you guys over there. Happy swimming, bye.